first grade, second grade? Raise your hand if you're in the kindergarten. All right, first grade. All right, put your hands down. Second grade. All right. Do you guys know why I'm here today? Anybody raise your hand real quietly and tell me why I'm here? Pretty little girl looks like she needs to be married. Why am I here today? We're going to talk about drugs today, and I brought a friend today, too. You know who that friend is? Well, Danny's one of my friends, but you know who else I brought? McGruff Crime Dog. Big, mean-looking dog, but he's really, really nice, and he won't bite you, I promise. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about drugs, and I don't have a whole lot to say because my friend that's here, McGruff, is going to come out, and he's going to talk to you a little bit better than what I will about drugs. There are two kinds of drugs. Does anybody know what one of those drugs are? Yes, sir.
Medicine drugs?
Medicine drugs, and are those good or bad drugs?
Good, but if you take so much of them, they might make you sick.
Okay, well, he's going to teach the class today, and I'm going to go home because he knows it. That's a very good answer. He said medicines are good drugs, but if you take too much of them, they can be a bad drug, and they can make you sick. Now, who is supposed to help you take medicine? Yes, sir, in the back row. A doctor. Okay, a doctor could give you medicine, but what if you had aspirins at home? Who would help you get an aspirin at home? Yes, sir. Your mom or dad or somebody like that, right? Okay, so we talked about good drugs. Who else could help you at school take a good drug? You need to raise your hands, okay? What's the answer? Who can help you take good drugs like medicine at school? Aspirins and stuff like that. Teacher, okay. You guys are all pretty smart, so you already know it all, right? Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about bad drugs, too. Does anybody know the name of a bad drug?
No. Smoking.
Smoking, okay. Smoking cigarettes. Smoking cigarettes is a bad drug. May I put your hands down just a minute, okay? Smoking cigarettes are bad drugs, and there's only one reason why that is. Because it's bad for you. But it is a legal drug, and what legal means is there's no law against smoking cigarettes. There's only one type of person, an adult, that can smoke cigarettes, right? Does anybody know how old you have to be before you can smoke a cigarette? You have to be a certain age before you can smoke a cigarette. Yes, sir. How old a grown-up is? You know how old a grown-up is? How old is a grown-up? 24 or older, okay. Well, I'm an adult then, barely. You have to be 18 before you can smoke cigarettes. The state law in Oklahoma says you have to be 18 years old or older. But that doesn't mean smoking cigarettes is good for you. It is something that's very bad for you. The Surgeon General says that when you smoke cigarettes, you're going to hurt your lungs, and you stand a chance of getting cancer. So cigarettes are bad for you, but they are legal which means they're not against the law for people over 18 to smoke. And another type of drug that you guys probably see a lot of, there's another one. Like cigarettes, they are legal. What is it, ma'am? Beer? Beer, that's the other one. Alcohol. Alcohol is a legal drug too, meaning there's no law against it. How old do you have to be before you can drink?
18.
Nope.
19.
Nope.
20.
I'm going to only answer people that have their hands up. So how about somebody over here in the kindergarten section? How old do you have to be? 18? No, it has to be older than 18. Somebody in the first grade. Who's in the first grade here? Yes, sir. How old do you have to be? 19? No. Second grade. Did he say 100?
Yeah. 30?
Somebody in the second grade, raise your hand and tell me. Yes, ma'am. 29. No, 21 is the answer. 21. So if you're 21 years old, the state of Oklahoma says, the state law in Oklahoma says you can drink beer, but it's not good for you. It will hurt you. It could cause you to have cancer, and it can cause your kidneys to not work. It could give you brain damage. It hurts you really bad. But if you're over 21 and you're a responsible adult, then you can drink beer, but you can't drink too much of it, and then you get what's called intoxicated or drunk. And if you get that, then you can't go out and do things like normal people would do, like drive down the road or be with other people, because that's a bad thing to do, because you might hurt somebody or
Yeah,
even
you
kill
might
them.
go crazy in your vehicle and crash.
That's right. You might go crazy in your vehicle and crash. So these, I've talked about legal drugs, drugs that are good because there's no law against them. And if you have an adult with you, and everybody knows how old an adult is, it's your parents or a teacher, somebody that can help you. And then we talked about illegal drugs, those that have a law against them, like smoking cigarettes and drinking beer. But there are even worse drugs, drugs that are even against the law for adults to use. Those drugs are called cocaine, marijuana, heroin. Those are three of the worst kinds of drugs. We even have some stuff around Shady Point in Pensacola, where I'm from, called methamphetamines, which is one of the worst drugs there is. Those 4 drugs are against the law, and if I find anybody with them, they go to jail. I don't care if they're 100 years old. That is against the law. So those drugs are very bad for you, really bad for you. They can even kill you or hurt somebody around you. I guess that's probably all I'm going to say. And I'm going to take a couple of questions to me, and then I'm going to let McGruff come out for a few minutes. And then after that, we'll give him a hug, shake his hand, don't pull his tail, don't pinch his nose, don't poke him in the eye. I'm going to take 2 or 3 questions, real short, okay? And then we're going to get McGruff to come out here. The smart kid right here. What's your name, sir?
Andrew.
Andrew, okay.
There's one more thing
About that a little bit earlier. You take too much medicine, that can be really, really bad for you. Yes, ma'am. There are adults that smoke, and remember we said that there are plenty of adults that smoke. You might know your parents might smoke. My mom used to smoke, and my dad used to drink beer. That doesn't make them bad people. Both of those things are bad for them, but they were over the age and very responsible adults when they did that. They didn't get out and drink and drive. Okay. Anybody over here have any questions? Back on the back row. I'm sorry I didn't even see you, ma'am. What's your question? I know. You want to know how old I am, right? Did you forget it? Can we come back to you? Hold on to it. I'm trying to remember, and I'll come back to you. Yes, ma'am. Cigarettes have tobacco. That's the bad drug in tobacco, or in cigarettes, right? It's tobacco and nicotine, right? That's what makes it bad. Yes, ma'am. Do you remember it yet? Okay. We talked about that being bad too, right? But it's all right for him to do it because he's over 21, right? Okay. Yes, sir. Hold on. Everybody just take your time out. Put your hands down just a minute. I'm going to take 2 more questions. I said I was only going to take 2 or 3, but we're kind of got everybody wanting to ask questions. Put your hands down just a minute. Listen with your ears just a minute. When we're talking about somebody in here, let's not talk about that it's your parents that are smoking or drinking, because I don't need to know that, okay? I'm a police officer, but I don't need to know that your parents smoke or drink, all right? Let's keep that quiet, because that's their business, right? It's kind of embarrassing, especially if one of your parents was here if you said they were smokers, and that makes you feel kind of bad, right? All right. Did you ever get your question? No. I'll leave. Let me get the music. You guys listen up real quietly, and he's on his way out.
Today, I want to talk to you about medicine and drugs. I'm sure that your parents have given most of you medicine sometime in your life. Medicine can be very good for helping you get well when you were sick. But did you know that if you take too much medicine, You can become very sick. It's true. And drugs hurt you if you take them at all. But some kids think it's fun to use drugs. Taking drugs is a very dangerous thing to do. If you're smart, you'll never take drugs. Drugs won't make you a better person. They'll only mess up your life. Stay away from drugs. And remember to help me take a fight out of crime. Fight out.
He's kind of getting old. He can't get down as old as he used to. We're gonna learn one thing before I let you go over there and shake his hand and give him a hug if you want to. And the teachers aren't going to be too happy with me for doing this, but it'll be all right for this one time, all right? I want everybody in here that can say the word ain't. Just say it real loud. I can't hear you. Now, I want you to remember one thing. You can only use the word ain't today, tomorrow, and Friday in one sentence only. You can't use it in any other sentence, all right? So forget it in any other sentence because it's a bad word to use. Remember this. One sentence. Drugs ain't cool. Okay? Say it real low with me. Drugs ain't cool. Say it a little louder. One more time. One more time. Get a little louder. Give yourself a hand. Remember that you can only use that in one sentence, and if you say it in any other sentence, you're liable to get in all kinds of trouble for using it, right? The word ain't is not a word, right? Use it in that one sentence only, okay? Everybody get your understanding? All right. Now, understand the kindergarten probably has to go grab some lunch and stuff before you go home, right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let your teacher get you in a straight line. Don't stand up yet. And everybody in first and second kind of hang tight here. Stay put where you're at. Everybody in kindergarten, line up. I want you to go over there. I want you to say hi to the group. I want you to remember one thing. Two things, maybe. Don't pull on his nose. Don't hit his ears or anything like that. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to do that. Please don't. You're not allowed to.
guy is got a lot of blood on his skin.